Hey guys, it's Kelly with Sevens Emporium, and today we're going to go over a little bit of single needle machine maintenance. The first thing that I'm going to do is to use my little screwdriver here, and I'm going to take out the screws for my throat plate. I'm also going to take off the foot, get that out of the way, and I'm going to take off the bobbin cover. Take out my bobbin and remove the throat plate. I'm also going to take out my bobbin case, and you might need to look at your manual to see exactly how they recommend doing that, but you need to be sure that you take this out because stuff gets down here. This is called the race, and things will get down in here and really can cause you problems. So you definitely need to make sure that you take those things out and perform routine maintenance on those. I'm going to go ahead and use the same little vacuum cleaner attachments that I used when I did my multi-needle machine maintenance. And I'm going to clean all in here. I'm going to start out with this little crevice tool guy. And I'm going to make sure that I get down in here. I'm going to clean way back in here. Underneath this area there are gears and things. And you definitely need to keep the fuzz and the lint away from those because those things are greased and the lint will stick to them and that can cause you major problems down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out and then I'll show you where we get to. While consulting my manual for places that I would need to be sure to clean and lubricate, it says that I need to take off the head cover of my machine. And this is what it looks like in there. And it says to clean this area, and then it's going to give me a specific location to oil in this area. Lubricating your machine is very important to prevent friction and wear and tear on your machine, and that can really save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Be sure to consult your specific manual's instructions for how to oil your machine. Make certain that you're using a machine oil that's approved for a sewing machine and that when you oil your machine, you're only using 1 or 2 drops in each of the indicated locations located in your manual. If you put too much oil on your machine, not only can that kind of be bad for the machine, but it can cause oil to drip down on your fabrics and kind of make a big mess. So be sure that you're using caution when using this, and just a little bit will work. Now that I have more of the machine clean, I'm going to go ahead and clean out my bobbin case. I take a piece of unwaxed dental floss and I put this through like how you would thread your bobbin through, and I try to run that through and get out anything that might be stuck, any kind of loose thread or debris or anything like that. Just put it in there, pull gently, clean that out, and make sure that that's all taken care of. Sometimes I will even take a little bit of compressed air and kind of blow through here and make sure that anything that might be kind of lodged in there like dust is blown out. Now I'm going to replace my bobbin case. And sometimes you kind of got to fiddle with it a little bit to get it in there exactly right. But make sure that that seat's back in there in the correct position or it won't line up and it won't sew out. I'm going to put on the throat plate, but before I do, I want you guys to all know you should always inspect the needle hole in your throat plate. I know several years ago I had a problem where I had a project get hung in my machine and it actually jerked the needle to the side, the needle hit the throat plate, and it broke. And you probably can't see, but there is a nick in this throat plate right up here. And I have actually taken a little bit of emery paper and smoothed that out so that I don't have a problem anymore, but I tell you what it did, it caused a lot of birds nesting, and it was just awful. And until I figured out that that's what the culprit was, I ruined a lot of projects. So be sure that you're checking this and investigating this, especially if you're having a problem where you have a lot of birds nesting or other bobbin issues. It could be that your thread is getting hung up in here and it's causing you a tension issue. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy back in here, and I'm going to tighten my screws, and that is how you do routine maintenance on your single needle machine.